Hey everyone, it's Michelle Leith with UnlockYourPossibility.com. Welcome back to another episode of Thirsty Thursday. I was off last week on vacation, but it's great to be back. If you're new to Thirsty Thursday, what this is all about is we get thirsty for more possibilities in your life. We usually sit down and have a little drink and talk about some ways to access more possibility in your life. And I do book reviews, and I've been talking about this book here, The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power, which I'm going to talk about more today. I'm going to have a sip of my drink of choice today, which is coconut water. Love this stuff. If you haven't tried it, go out and try it right away. It's awesome. And after my vacation, I figured I could use a little break from the old drinky. Okay. So I came across a really cool concept in Mystic Power, Cosmic Power this week that I wanted to share with you, because I think that a lot of us, if we're honest with ourselves, can have to fess up to this. Here's what he says in the book on page 170. Become aware of the many false authorities, exterior and interior, seeking to distract you from the great search. Unfortunately, many human beings are like blades of grass, swayed this way and that by every chance breeze of public opinion. They only know what to think after advice is given by someone they assume is wiser than they. Their feelings for the next hour are determined by the last person with whom they spoke. Whatever happens, they bend in the influenced direction. Worst of all, when nothing happens, they anxiously seek out an external authority, almost always a negative one, for they feel that the worst possible thing that could happen to them is for nothing to happen. Okay, do you get what he's talking about here? This is basically about being in as good of a mental state or emotional state as the last person you talk to. And I do this, I've done this, I see it all the time. It's that feeling when you're asking other people for their opinions on something. Maybe it's to make a decision. Maybe you're just talking about life, and you take on their energy. And next thing you know, you maybe just talk to someone who's like really gangbusters on one idea, and you're all fired up about it too. Or maybe it's someone who's got really negative energy, and you went into that conversation feeling great, and you come away feeling drained and hopeless. Okay, so it's okay to, be interested and be receptive to other people's ideas, but I think what he's saying is that we need to be open to the possibility that you are your own best authority. And, if you're doing things like watching the, 11 o'clock news before you go to bed at night, don't do that. That's just depressing. You're going to have bad dreams. I guarantee you. I used to have that happen all the time, and I stopped watching the news. So it's about preserving your own sense of self and your own sense of deeper knowing, and not allowing yourself to be so affected by the last person you talk to, and also not seeking out so much, approval from other people. And I talked about this in a prior episode. I think the other thing to be aware of is when you're talking to people, and when you really are just looking for opinions and you're looking for input, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. Be conscious of who you're asking, because we know who our friends and associates are. We know what they're going to say if you think about it. Like if you go into a conversation, you seek out a friend because you're looking for support on a decision you're going to make, you pretty much know what they're going to tell you because you already know how that person thinks. So the thing to be aware of is we all have this two sides of ourselves. There's like your higher knowing self that, is really like your intuition and your gut. It comes from spirit. And then there's that saboteur voice that wants to keep you small. And a lot of times what can happen is you actually go seeking advice from the perspective of your saboteur. And it's when you're kind of trying to talk yourself out of something that you really want to do, or, talk yourself into something that you don't want to do, whatever. So ask yourself before you seek out someone else's opinion, who's asking the question, and who am I asking, and why? And I think that will just shed a lot of light on, and help you get more in touch with that intuitive guidance that we all have that just tends to get kind of glossed over. So I just loved that concept. I thought especially for women, because I know we all, tend to fall victim, if you want. I don't want to use a victim mentality, but we tend to do this, from time to time. That's how women are. We like to talk to each other and talk about our lives, and we talk through things. But my advice to you is just be really conscious of where that's coming from. The other thing that's really cool, if you think about it, is you seek out people who are going to give you the answer that you want to hear. And if you don't get what you want to hear, you keep going until you find someone that does say what you want to hear. What that tells you right then and there is you already know the answer because you already know what you want to hear. Okay? So that's my advice for this week. If you want to read along with me, again, the book is The Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Vernon Howard, very well-known author. And you guys, listen, if you haven't already liked my Facebook page, go ahead and do that right now. It's Michelle Leith, Possibility Coach. Hit like. I share stuff all throughout the week. Almost every day I'm posting possibility tips and resources that I come across and just aha moments that I have and goofy stuff. And it's a great way to keep connecting with me throughout the week. You don't have to wait till Thursdays. Better yet, go on over to my website, unlockyourpossibility.com. Go there now, download my free report on how to bust the possibility bandits that are hijacking your happiness. Become a part of my movement to unlock more possibility in your life so that you can start to become happier, more fulfilled, more energized, and just get so much more out of life. And I applaud you guys for being here. I'm so grateful for your support. And I will see you next week. Cheers to your possibilities. Have a great weekend.